Houston Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and I'm excited to be here with you this Sunday afternoon. We worked hard to bring you information that you can use whenever you're doing a real estate transaction. And if you have a real estate question, we want you to call it into our question line so that we can answer it here on air. Every Sunday we answer questions. That number is 281-882-8088. And you can listen for the answers on Sundays at 2 o'clock here on KSEV. That's when we'll answer the previous week's questions. So today I have with me on the show Ms. Rita Santamaria with the Champion School of Real Estate, and not just here in Houston, but in many areas. And we're glad to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Shannon. I'm pleased to be here.
We have... Rita is not just a leader here in the real estate community, but she's quite the entrepreneur and has gone out and not only started Champion School of Real Estate, but spread it throughout. And you're in a lot of locations now.
We are in, certainly Houston, 3 locations in Houston: West, Galleria campus, the FM 1960 campus, also North Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and our online campus makes us global.
That's great. It's fantastic. Online is good. You can watch watch and listen to the radio show on rrea.com/radio. We stream it there every week as well. So buyers now, any consumers, no matter what they're buying, have changed their habits for buying. I think the big shift happened when you could buy and order things so easily online and they just landed at your doorstep. And now, of course, so many things have free shipping. But even buyers, when they're buying homes, have changed the way they purchase. Have you noticed that?
They really have. And agents that are aware of the big change, and the big change is that buyers today truly want to do all of the footwork in advance of choosing a home. They want access to all the information they can get. They want to check out the homes literally on the outside and via video inside. And then when they are truly ready to walk inside physically, then they want you ASAP.
Right.
And in the old days, being just a few years ago, it was very much typical that an agent would resist that and just not allow that buyer to do the footwork. But now they've embraced it, because if that buyer does the elimination of many properties by looking at them via internet and drive by after the internet and then says, okay, I'm ready to buy, gee, that's really helped everybody.
Yeah, it really is amazing how much buyers shop online, even for houses, before they even go look at them. They've watched videos online. Every listing that, all of our listings that we take, we put on our YouTube channel at rrea.tv. And we have a lot of people not only look at the individual house videos, but the areas, because we do videos of subdivisions, the different areas of town, and it really helps them locate where they want to be before they even get to town to look at a house. So
it does. And what you're doing is so innovative and most definitely ahead of what most companies are doing, because you do understand how they want to see not only the house, but the neighborhood, and just take a visual look of the schools and the community.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things, it seems like when I first started real estate, people did want you to go around and show them all these houses. And now they like you said, they found the house. You just show them a couple and they pick the one they want. And so some consumers might say, well, what do you need a realtor for? Well, I'm not even doing my job until you pick the house.
That's exactly right.
That's when I start doing my job, the paperwork, the negotiating, getting everything, facilitating the whole transaction.
You just hit the nail on the head, because you need a real estate professional to keep you out of trouble, buyers and sellers. If you think you can do it yourself, when you first see, frankly, all of the national and state laws and statutes that apply to sales, not to mention all of the new statutes that apply to financing, and just verifying that everything you're doing is totally per the law, that is where your agent comes in. They're not attorneys, of course,
Right.
but they have had 210 plus hours minimum, Texas having the most hours of any state in the U.S., and they are educated to help you make the best choice, but also to keep you out of trouble.
Right. What do you think, what are the new classes that you see that you've had a demand for and you've brought on board because of the changes going on with consumers over the last few years and the changes in the economy?
Well, one class that is very, very popular that we're frankly putting into a designation format is called Certified Negotiating Expert, and you get your CNE designation. What we're learning is that it is the whole process of not only showing property, writing up offers, but knowing how to negotiate, so that when you're representing either the buyer buying the property or the seller, that you're negotiating for their best interest. And it truly is an art, whether you're with Procter & Gamble or whether you're with RREA. You need to know how to negotiate.
Right.
So that is our newest course based on total popularity. And then the short sale foreclosure is a new course that has come on board in the last 4 years. It's also popular, and yet not as popular, thank goodness, in Texas as it is in other parts of the U.S.
Right, right. Well, do you think that the standards for agents and brokers should be raised, or do you feel that they're meeting the needs at this point on what they have to take as far as credit hours? And
I have a definite position on that. That definite position is, in Texas, to be a broker associate like yourself, it's 900 hours to do that. There is no other state that comes close to us. So our broker associates that have that particular certification, they are very educated. Then when you choose not to go to the 900, but just on the level of getting your license, it's 210 plus continuing education that brings it to 270. Do I think that's enough education? No. I think it's wonderful that Texas has such a high requirement, but, and this isn't self-serving, but we know that from the NAR studies, National Association of Realtors, truly those with more education make more money to the tune of anywhere from $25,000 to $37,000 a year more than an agent who just takes the minimum. Therefore, we offer the accredited buyer rep course. We offer the senior real estate specialist. We offer the accredited luxury home specialist. We offer the staging course, and now the negotiation course. Smart agents know the more they learn, frankly, it's true, the more they earn.
yeah, I agree with that. So do you think, what age group is most popular at your school for people coming in, getting their realtor license for the first time? What's that age group you see the most of?
Really interesting to me, because over the years, the majority of people coming in have always been those going into retirement, where they've saved all their money and now they're going to be an entrepreneur, take it straight out to their final years, if that's what they choose to do. And so over the years, it's been someone around 50 to 55 years old. We still have a number of those, but what's been really fun for me personally, because I love all age groups, but it's been fun to see the Gen Y and Gen X coming in. They really want to, from the get-go, out of college, or if not college, straight from their trade job or whatever job they have, they want to be in charge of their own income level. So we have a lot of wonderful, I call them just the Gen X, the 30 to about 40. And we have a number that are actually a little younger than that. I mean, I personally got my real estate license when I was 24. And I've carried that career with me all of these years, and I've loved it. But more and more, we are seeing younger people starting out from the beginning of their career to be in charge of their own career and make as much money as they want through real estate, or to be a loan officer or an appraiser or an inspector. Mm-hmm. So younger people. It's been fun.
Yeah, I bet it has been. You've seen a lot of people come through your schools.
We do.
As a woman and a leader in the industry, what would you advise women who are getting into real estate or who are thinking about getting into real estate? What would you advise them of? What's the best piece of advice you can think of that they're going to need to be successful?
Don't give up, and don't think you can't do it and also have a family and a life. Because personally, I have been married, raised 5 children, 2 daughters, 3 sons, and did it as I grew a business that is statewide, and now with our online, it's global. And yet I attended all those basketball, cheerleading, football, baseball, all of those events. Luckily, fortunately, got 5 wonderful kids through college, and frankly, in 4 to 5 years. But you can do it. You can truly do it all. And I think sometimes when life gets a little bit difficult, a little challenging, trying to balance all of those tasks and do what you feel that you need to do as a parent, as certainly a breadwinner, sometimes it's like something's got to give and you give up too soon. So my advice is, it took me a long time to be able to feel comfortable about doing it all. But nothing comes easy, and females carry around a lot of conflict and doubts on being super mom, super woman.
Guilt,
that's it.
Right.
So just don't give up. You can do it all. It's prioritizing.
That's great. That's definitely good advice for anybody going into any woman going into any career, because that's a hard thing to manage it all. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and giving us that bit of advice. That's fantastic. And tell us how we can reach you.
Well, it's been my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me to be here today, Shannon. And you can reach us at championschool.com. And just be sure to put 2 S's in that, ChampionSchool.com. And you can reach us statewide. We have classes, certainly in the classroom. We as well have correspondence home study and online. So you can literally be in your pajamas and take your courses to get your real estate license or take continuing ed. And been in business 29 years now and have wonderful, wonderful, happy, satisfied, productive, making money agents.
That's good. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Thanks.